let's start for today's course. So this is basically a price action course for understanding binary options in Forex, and this is the advanced level. That is a basic level available on my YouTube channel in the YouTube. So I'll be sharing that link as well. So that is a free content. So in this video, I'm going to take you to the advanced level of price action, and this will be focused only on 1 minute and 5 minutes candlesticks. Covered in this particular course, or this course is going to be a kind of 8 hours 9 hours course, and I'll be preparing videos for each topic. So what all things that I'm going to cover is how can you understand candlesticks. Okay, basically that is what is candlestick and how will you understand, and there will be a part on trends with their angles and how to understand their angles. Surely there will be SNR, buyers and sellers area, all this information, momentum and volume, which is very important. So again, in that part also I'll be focusing a lot, and reading the wicks of or rejections from the candlesticks. So mainly the wicks part, which we call rejections, or the stick that forms below the candle or above the candle. And basically the first topic today we will be covering how can you understand the candlesticks, and in future we'll also be covering in the future part how will you read the candlesticks. So today's section is only understanding, and next it will be how to read the candlesticks. I'm not going to give you a lot of information on the first part itself because I want you to start from the basics and then go into a kind of advanced level and start touching the advanced level first you have to size yourself with this level of training, and then you should go into it deeply. Okay, so don't think that price action will come to you within a day or two after viewing this video. You have to practice, might take some time, and if you're very good, capable, and you're already having some experience, then surely you will be able to do it even next day. Okay, so apart from these topics, I'll also be covering candle patterns and when they work. Also, I'll be covering the binding of candles. How can you combine two candles and you can predict the next candle or next few candles. Okay, I'll also be explaining you the strategies that you can use to learn the price action. Surely those strategies will have some indicators and all things included in them, but that is only for learning purpose, that is not for trading purpose. Once you have understood how those work with the price action, then you will directly rely on your price action. You will not use any indicator on your charts. This is only for reading purpose and understanding purpose. So strategies that you can use to learn the price action and match with the pattern. Okay, so at the right time when you get the right pattern, you can go ahead with the trade. Last but not least, money management, which is very important part. No matter if you are very much strong in all these things, and if you are not so good in money management, you might someday lose all your money. So money management is very important. That also I'll be covering. And so today's first topic, I'm giving a basic information about what are Japanese candlesticks. Now Japanese candlesticks history and all, I'm not going to go into that because this is an advanced level course. I believe you are already knowing Japanese candlesticks, or if you're not knowing Japanese candlestick, please refer my basic videos where you will be able to understand what are Japanese candlesticks. Okay, and in this particular training course throughout, I'm going to use the platform of IQ option. I'm not going to use any other platform, no other MT4 or MT5 platforms, only IQ option, because I'm much used to IQ option and I find it very user friendly, and where I can explain you a lot of things which I cannot explain you in MT4 or MT5. So a Japanese candlestick is nothing but a consolidated representation. This is the definition. We will go into the system and I'll show you that as well. It's a consolidation of the price movement within 1 minute or 5 minute or hourly or weekly, whatever your time frame is there on the chart. So it's a consolidated representation of the price movement in a given time period. So how do you say that? Now if you take out the raw price chart, price usually moves like this, right? Up down up down. Let's say you're taking a 1 second chart or 5 second chart. it usually keeps on moving like this, like this. So the candlesticks comes into action here. Now let's say if this is 0 second and this is the 60th second and you're referring 1 minute chart, there will be one candlestick which will open here, okay, and which will close here on the 60th second like this, and there will be a wick because the price has touched this high and returned to this. So this is the closing point, this is the opening point of the price on the 0th second, and this is the closing point at the 60th second. So the price keeps on moving like this always, okay, then it goes into trend, then it sometimes comes into downtrend, then it starts to consolidate straight like this. So these are the three directions of the price which keeps on moving, and candlestick represents that as a consolidated move. So this is what I'm trying to tell here on the chart. So I'll take you to the chart as well, just a moment. So I'm taking you to the chart as well. So this is, for example, a raw chart. Let's take a raw chart of line chart, and you see at every moment price is going up and down, up and down, up and down. Doesn't matter even if it is a trendy, it's not like it's going always in one direction. It's moving up and down, up and down, up and down. So consolidated move represents a candle, which for example is here. So this is a candle of 5 seconds where the price has moved up in this period, okay. So it's a consolidated representation in any given time frame. What candlestick displays? It displays 5 major information, okay, 5 major information of the price and movement in a selected period of time. Now you might have seen that there are so many videos which tells it represents 4 major information, that is open, this is the open point, close point, high point, and the low point. If some candle is having 2 points, then this is the open, close, highest point during that time period, and lowest point. And this, if it's a bearish candle, then the open is always greater than the close, and if it's a bullish candle, the open is always lesser than the close value. So it is vice versa. So this is a bearish candle, this is a bullish candle. So throughout my videos I'll be using red and green candle. So if I say red candle, it is a bearish candle, and if I say green candle, it's a bullish candle, okay. So coming back to the topics, so it displays 5 major part. Now what are the 5 major information? One is the open value. The 5th part also we are going to discuss here. One is the open value that we saw, close value, high value, low value, and the fight between the demand and supply at the given time period, which most of the people ignore. You can never ignore that information. That is the most important information of any given candle. Now for example, this particular candle, if you see, the price has opened here, okay, it has closed here, and it has touched this new low. Still we are seeing a green candle next to it. Why aren't we are seeing a red candle next to it? That is because you can call this as a strong candle, okay, because all the candles before this were very weak, small. Compared to this, these candles were very small, and this is a very strong candle. But we are seeing a kind of next candle, we are seeing like a reversal candle. After that it has reversed. So this is very important to understand what has taken place inside this candle, okay. So if you're opening a weekly chart or hourly chart, even then you should, to understand this particular candle, since you have entered now into the chart, you don't know what has happened, or in all these candles you can only see the consolidated value, okay, it is moving up, it is moving down, but you cannot understand what is going inside the candle. So for that reason, you can, okay, it is not mandatory that every time you open, you can go into a lower time frame, and you can see here there was a huge selling orders kicking in, okay, and the complete minute, that is almost the 45 seconds. Since it's a 15 seconds candle, all 45 seconds it was being dominated by the sellers. Okay, so there were a lot of buyers in this area, but this 45 seconds belong to sellers. Okay, and there were buyers here. So now we can reason it why we saw a green candle, because there were so many buyers here. Suddenly the sellers popped in, again the buyers got activated. So this is what you can understand when you go into that candle. Otherwise, if you just see a candle like this at this moment, for example, you're seeing this kind of candle at this moment, you will not be able to understand what is going to happen next. Or you will say mostly it is going to be a red candle because there is a rejection here and candle is falling down. So anyways, we are going to go into detail in the next videos. For today's topics, we are going to understand the candles in that way along with the price movement. Okay, so it is very important to understand the fight between demand and supply, that is buyers and sellers. Okay, buyers and selling orders at the given time period. Now, point to observe in any candlesticks, as I told you, we have to observe previous candlesticks as well. For example, in this chart, if you see, I have to observe the previous candlesticks. Okay, and I have to observe the open of the current candlestick, fight between the demand and supply. And this is what we did. You can open the time frame if required. Not every time you have to see. Once you are used to viewing the candlestick on this basis, for example, here if I am seeing, okay, now there are sellers entry, but again the buyers are coming up, again there are sellers entry. So if I started to understand this, okay, then it will be easy for me. I don't have to go every time into the 10 seconds or 15 seconds chart and notice it. I can notice on the candle itself. That will come with the practice. And at this moment you have to see this, not every time, because once you have understood the candlestick formation along with the other information which we are going to discuss in the later part of the course, you will be able to, on seeing the candlesticks itself, you will be able to understand what is going inside the candlesticks. For example, if you see, our method of understanding the price action was price always moves like this, right? Up and down, either in one trend or straight, right? So here, if you see, I am connecting this particular candle. This candle opened here, okay, touched a new low and went all the way up here, touched a new low, then went all the way up here. You don't have to draw these kind of lines, traders. You have to just notice it with your eyes. For your understanding, I am drawing these lines, and then I am taking another line. Then it has gone until here, and now it is coming here. So you see the price is moving like this. Or you can say this price went all the way up, because this is a very small wick, so I have not considered it, but you can even consider that it went all the way up, then it came down, then it went up like this, you see. So this is telling you that the price has started reversing. Okay, so in this case, on seeing this candle, I can a little bit tell you that this candle will at least go down for few seconds, but I cannot tell you that whether the whole minute this candle is going to be down, because I have not monitored the other information like SNR, support, trend and all this. I have monitored only the few set of candles. Okay, so that part we will be explaining in the next videos also, when it comes to trend, how you can understand this type of price action with the trend. So if you keep watching this, you will be able to easily understand. Now sometimes what happen, one of the major part that you have to see, wicks of the candle, which is wicks of the candle. So it displays as a consolidated wick value, but the price has been able to touch here. So not always the wicks will be a buying pressure or selling pressure. So usually when you see a wick, it's called buying pressure when you see a wick from bottom to top. And when you see a wick from top to bottom, they say this is a selling pressure, but it is not necessary every time it to be a selling pressure or buying pressure, because sometimes the bottom wicks will become buying selling pressure, and sometimes the upper wicks will become buying pressure. Okay, so if you understand, if you start noticing the price action or the candle formation like this, you will be able to understand the wicks also accordingly. Okay, we'll go into the wicks part also, that is on the other videos. Okay, so wicks of the candles, momentum of the candlesticks, another very important momentum, how fast the candle is moving. Okay, that is telling you how fast the buying orders or the selling orders are pouring in or out. Okay, that is very important. So this is speed which you are seeing, the momentum, that is very important to observe here as well. And that way you will be able to find out who is in control without going into the lower time frames. You can find out by seeing the candle itself and by seeing the speed of the candle formation. Now if you are a beginner and if you are just started understanding the candles now, I would recommend you not to go into 1 minute and start noticing, because after 5 candles you will start losing your eyesight. I mean, you will become dull, you will start getting irritated because it keeps on moving so fast. So if the momentum is fast, just change the time frame to 5 minutes or 10 minutes and start noticing that way. So once you start noticing that way, the candle will be moving slow and the candle will be forming it. In that way also you can understand the candlestick formation. So basically the candle movement is called the candle formations. Okay, so the momentum, that is the candle formation, is very important here. Okay, spot of the candlesticks is another very important part. So when you see a candle, you should be able to pick out its spot. Now at this moment you will not be able to do that, because in after we understood the SNR and trend, then you will be able to pick out the spot. But at the moment you can see where is this candle forming. It is forming in the downtrend or it is forming in the uptrend. Okay, so you can find at this moment whether the price is in downtrend or uptrend. You will be able to understand later in the later sessions, but you have to start noticing the spot of the candle also, where it is forming, because that's very important. Okay, so you have to do it in that way. So basically when you are facing a trouble in noticing the candle movements in 1 minute chart or in the 10-15 seconds chart where the momentum is very fast, what you can do is you can switch to a higher time frame and you can see how it is performing in the higher time frame. Okay, so in that way you will be able to understand. Now with this, what you have to notice is close of the candlestick compared to the previous candlesticks. So you also have to, after this candle closes, you have to notice the close of this candlestick compared to the previous close. Okay, that is very important, because when we go to the next videos and the next videos, I'll explain you what is so important in that. Wick is a pressure that is forming during the candlestick formation itself, but close is the actual value which at the time ended the candle. So the price has actually gone up or actually gone down. Okay, so that is what that closing point and the next closing point of the candle, uh, closing point of the previous candle, you have to notice. You have to compare whether this candle is whether current candle is bigger or smaller than the previous candle. That is very important. So what you have to do is you have to start practicing in this way. Okay, what you do, just draw out some lines like this and see are you able to understand, and then you have to start comparing the close of this candlestick with the previous candlestick with the body. So when you want to be a price action trader, you have to notice all these things. It might look too much things to be noted within a minute or within 5 minutes, but once you start doing that, you will surely be practice to it, you will be able to see that. Okay, and if you see next, let us see. So what actually you're doing, you're not only seeing the candlestick, there is a difference between seeing the candlesticks and feeling the candlesticks. Okay, when you see a candlesticks, that is something you have just seen a candle, and that candle is already formed, and you don't know what happened before it, and you don't know what happened during it, and you will not know what will happen after it. Okay, so feeling the candle means you're going into it, you're investigating into the candle, you're changing the time frames, or you're analyzing the movement of the candle. In that way, you will get a feel of the candle. You will feel that when you keep monitoring this candle, you will feel that at a particular point, it keeps fighting at a particular point and then it goes up. It keeps fighting at a particular point and then it goes up. So that is where you're actually feeling the candle, and you're feeling the entry of buyers and sellers. So basically, look, it is hitting here, it is coming down. Again, it is trying to go up. Again, it hit in the same point, it came down. Again, it's coming more down. You see, so these kind of things you will be able to understand when you start to feel a candle. Okay. Now, once you have started it and once you have practiced it, you will not have to see it every time. Okay, you will just see once you have well versed, you will not be requiring. Why I'm saying this again and again, because if you keep watching it into every second of the candle, if you keep watching it, you might get some kind of irritation in your eyes. Don't look it for long, just look it for few candles and leave some time and then look into it. So that way you make your starting, you start your studies on this. Okay, uh, my English might not be so good. I'm not an Westerner or English speaker. So basically, this is what I wanted you to understand in this particular video. Okay, so you have to start noticing all these things of a candle at the right time. And apart from this, what you have to do is, your assignment for after this particular course video is to first understand the price movement, then you understand the price momentum. You have to notice the price momentum, open and close of the candle, and where it is forming. You have to just start noticing that. Don't try to predict at the moment, just try to understand that what is happening at a particular point. Okay, and then the second part you have to understand here is which are the strong candle and weak candles. Okay, a doji is a kind of strong candle sometimes, and a doji is a kind of weak candle sometimes. Why I'm saying both? Because doji at a particular spot will act as a reversal, and a doji at a particular spot will become a kind of continuation sign. Okay, and if you ask me, a doji, if you see this, a doji is a candle which forms like this. The price is at the same level. Okay, and the price has basically opened here, went all the way up, came down, and again went up. This is one form of doji. The second form of doji could be like this. The price opened here. I'll put it in the same. The price opened here, went all the way down, then came up and then closed here. Okay. So the doji is formed in two ways here. And another doji we all know, that is a kind of flat doji. Similarly, when you see a kind of candle, okay, with a small wicks, for example, let's say this is a bullish candle. I'll fill in. So this candle might have, opened here, gone here, came down like this, then closed here. Okay, or this candle might have opened here. Sorry, confusion. This candle might have opened here, went all the way up like this, and closed here. Okay, or this candle might have opened here, gone all the way down, then came up, then came down, and then came and closed here. Okay, so in that way, if you only see this candle, you will only understand that this candle opened here, went down and closed here. But if you see the formation of the candle, there was a strong selling pressure in between, where you would have seen the candle, if the candle did this kind of movement, it went all the way up, then came down, then went all the way up and then closed here. You understand? So this is a strong fight that you have missed when you see only the candle. But when you feel the candle, you will be able to understand that there is a seller's entry as well in this candle. So you should be careful. Next candle might go down as well. So that is what something's happening here. When we saw a strong candle, it reversed. Then we saw again a strong candle, it reversed. So these kind of things would have been happening inside, right? So you have to understand that. So with this video, what you have to start practicing is, you first start practicing the movement of the price. If you are not able to do so, first just mark this kind of lines and see how is the price moving. Okay, first start doing like this, and if uh, then you start predicting, then you no prediction, sorry, then you start differentiating stronger candles with the weaker candle. Now strong candle, weaker candles are totally two different things. Okay, you cannot say a big candle is always a strong candle or a small candle is always a weak candle. At this area, if you see, this is a strong candle, I can say, because the other candles compared to this candle are smaller. Okay, so this is a strong candle. If you take out an area where there are a lot of dojis, at this area, this is a strong candle. But you see, this candle is far more bigger than that candle, but still at this area, this is a strong candle. So like this, you should understand whether it's a strong candle or a or a weak candle. That you should start understanding. So this is a weak candle, this is a strong candle. Again, this is a strong candle. This is compared to this is a weak candle, but still the price managed to go down. This is a strong candle, this is a weak candle. So in this area, this is the most strongest candle. Okay, and in this area, from the buyer's perspective, this is the most strongest candle. Now when you match these things, you started observing this thing, you have to make it a habit. So every time when you go into a chart, you should start monitoring this at this time, at this particular moment of time, which could be a strong candle, which can be a weak candle. So that will help you in the next stages to predict the next candles. Okay, next few candles or next one or two candles. Okay, so and also this kind of things you should notice when there is a gap. So what has happened in this gap? Why did the price jump from here to here? Since it closed here, the next opening point should be somewhere here, but here it jumped. So let's see in a lower time frame. There is a gap here. I'll just mark first a vertical line so that when we go into the lower time frame, we see what's happened there. Okay, so you see in the lower time frame is also there is a gap, but as soon as this gap was created, we saw sellers entry here. You see some seller selling orders, again doji selling orders. So these kind of things you should start noticing, and then it carried on to the up direction, that is buyers popped in. So this is what you have to start noticing. You have to start comparing the candles from inside out or by directly out itself. Okay, so with this I would go to the next slide. You have to start feeling the candle. Okay, on every video that I'm preparing, what I'm going to do is, after I completed the video, I'll be doing a proofreading, and if I found, I will compare it with my notes, and if I found I missed any information, do not worry, I'll be adding that information, and I'll be mentioning that this particular information I missed in my previous video. So I'll be adding in my next video, and I'll be explaining that in the next video. As I told you in the beginning itself, what you have to do is you have to write down all your queries that comes into your mind, and send me as one email after going through all the course videos. Now, don't directly jump into the second video of this course. First, practice a little bit, take a time, take 1 day or 2 day. That's why I don't recommend you to have, I don't give live courses, like I will be having batches and I'll be giving you course next to next, next to next, next to next day. You will forget the day one. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to give you so much of information so that you forget everything. My intention is to make you at least a 60% winning trader. So that's why I'm giving you in form of videos. So whenever you want, you can log in and you can see the videos and you can work with the videos. You practice it and then go to the next video. So the videos are not going anywhere. They are there always. So you first get prepared with what assignment I'm giving. Then you go into the next video. Don't jump. Okay. So write down all your questions and send me an email, and there is a personalized video that I'll be preparing for you. And if required, if I understood that you're doing some mistakes which will be avoided with by applying some strategies, I'll surely add that in that video also. For now, as I told you, start reading single candles. Don't jump too much into the trends and SNR at the moment. Just keep this as an assignment. Find out which are the strong and weak candles, and then you can move to the second video. So for now guys, thanks for watching and speak to you in the next video. Have a nice day and practice well.